everyone, so today we're going to be making a caramel toffee crunch cheesecake. I did make this for my mother's birthday. It is delicious and decadent, and if you would like to know how to make it, just keep watching. So we're going to be starting off with the graham cracker crust. So this is 18 graham crackers, which is about 2 packages in the graham cracker box. So these are actually cinnamon graham crackers, but you can use whatever flavor that you like. And this is 1 cup or 2 sticks of butter that is going to be melted. And this is half a cup of packed light brown sugar. You can use dark brown sugar if you like. And this is actually Heath Toffee bits. That's half a cup of it, and it's actually going into the crust. And we're just going to be using a pinch of salt. This is kosher sea salt. So the first thing that we're going to do is actually grind up the graham crackers. I have a food processor, but if you don't, feel free to stick yours in a Ziploc baggie. Make sure you get all the air out of it and then beat it with a rolling pin. Whatever you have that can crush graham crackers, go ahead and use that. So after that, you're going to take the Heath Toffee bits and put that in the food processor as well. And you don't have to grind them up too finely because you want to be able to taste a little bit of the toffee in the crust. So you're going to just grind that up and add that to the graham cracker. And also add the light brown sugar. The pinch of salt comes next, and if the butter that you're using has salt in it, feel free to go ahead and leave that pinch out. And you're going to pour that 1 cup of butter into the graham cracker mixture, and then you're going to mix it really well until it's the consistency of really wet sand. Once that is all combined, you're going to get, I actually have a 9-inch spring-formed pan, which I have lined with parchment paper on the inside, and then taken tin foil and lined the outside of it because the cheesecake is going into a water bath. And then take the whole graham cracker mixture and stick that into the bottom of the spring-formed pan. I like to start out by evenly distributing the graham cracker crust in the bottom of the pan and kind of pushing it down lightly at the bottom. And then as I slowly work it around on the sides, I kind of just take the pan and slowly turn it a little bit so I can build up the wall around the sides of the pan. And that is what your graham cracker is going to look like in the bottom of your spring-formed pan. See how the sides are kind of high, but it's not completely touching the top? That's just perfect. And then you're going to take 1/4 and a cup of chocolate chips. And right now I actually have the oven preheated to 325, and they were in there for about 10 minutes. And I'm just spreading the melted chocolate chips into the graham cracker crust so it makes a nice layer of chocolate. From here we are going to start the filling, which is 3 8-ounces of cream cheese, 1 cup of sour cream, 3 eggs, one tablespoon of vanilla extract, and that is 1/4 caramel topping. And then the cream cheese is at room temperature. I'm just mixing it so it's a little bit more pliable when I add the sugar. So we're going to add 1 egg at a time, making sure that every time you add the egg, it's really incorporated into the cream cheese. And this is our last egg. Alright, and this is 1 1/4 cup sugar. Slowly adding to the cream cheese mixture. Until it is all incorporated. Alright, from there we're going to add our cup of sour cream. And our tablespoon of vanilla extract. And then this is 1/4 cup of caramel sauce. Just go ahead and use your favorite brand of caramel sauce. And then once that's all mixed together, we're going to stick that into our graham cracker crust that has that chocolate layer in it. And the oven is actually at 325 right now, and it's been preheating. So from there, we're going to take the cheesecake and put it into a large roasting pan, and then fill that up with water until it's just a little bit over halfway on the cheesecake. And then it's going to go into the oven for an hour and cook on the 325. Once the cheesecake is done, I actually just turn off the oven and leave it in there for 6 hours. And then after that, I take the cheesecake and I put it into the refrigerator until about 6 hours, or I leave it in there overnight. So this is actually the next morning where I am taking the cheesecake out of the spring-formed pan. I'm running a knife along the sides just to make sure that the graham cracker crust isn't sticking to the sides of the pans. And you can see that it comes out actually really nicely. And then I don't show it here, but I take off the bottom of the spring-formed pan as well. So this is going to be the caramel topping. So that is 1/2 cup of Toffee. That is our caramel topping. And this is actually whipped topping in a piping bag. So you can use kind of whatever kind of topping you want to, like Cool Whip or whatever. So we're going to take the 1/2 cup of Toffee and a half a cup of the caramel sauce, and we're going to mix that together to make the topping for the cheesecake. And I'm going to go ahead and spread that around the top of the cheesecake. And when you're spreading it around, you don't have to push it all the way to the edge around the top, because we are going to be putting whipped topping on it. So you just kind of want a nice even layer in the center on the top of the cheesecake. And I spread that around with a spatula, making it even just like that. And then from there, I'm going to take the whipped topping and just with a large star tip, pipe the top of the cheesecake. And just going around the top on the edge of the border. And then from there, I decided that I was going to do the bottom edge of the cheesecake as well. Just kind of making them a little bit smaller all the way around the cheesecake. And then from there, I took more Heath Toffee, and I just sort of sprinkled them around the top of the cheesecake. This part is totally optional. You do not have to add more Heath Toffee to it, but you know, why not? It's toffee and caramel, so might as well. And then from there, I lightly drizzled more caramel. Again, this part is optional. You don't have to do if you want to, or you can use a lot more caramel than I used if you really want it to just drip down the sides, which that would be totally great too. Anyways, this is the cheesecake. I hope you end up making it. Please let me know in the comment section below if you like it, or if there is another cheesecake recipe you think I should try. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!